Hi, what's up? What's up, my lifers? How are we? Welcome to Angie and Real Life Empowerment TV. I am your host, Angie. And before I get too far into this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you're not already a channel member, hit that blue join button and see what's available to you as a channel member. If you are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are a returner, welcome back even more. I love you guys and thank you for being here. What this channel is all about is just what the name says, Empowerment TV. I am your hope dealer and your purpose pusher. All things are created with you in mind. And today I am so excited to share this particular video with you. Very empowering, very uplifting for me. 9 famous people who would inspire you to never give up. Plus a bonus. But in order for you to see the bonus, you gotta watch all the way to the end. If this sounds like something that you're interested in, then stay tuned. Okay, if you made it this far into the video, then obviously you're interested in what we have to say today. 9 famous people who will inspire you to never give up. Never give up. Yes, it's a cliche. You hear people often say, never give up. Even when you're giving it your all in all, even when you feel like you're dotting every I and you're crossing every T, even when it feels like you're not doing that. And when you share your heart with others and talk to them about how you feel about your journey and what you're going through, you still never want to really hear, never give up. But I'm here to tell you, never give up. And we're going to start out with J.K. Rowling. Listen to this. J.K. Rowling had just gotten a divorce, was on government aid, and she could barely afford to feed her baby in 1994. Just 3 years before the Harry Potter book. Are you guys familiar with Harry Potter? My son loved Harry Potter. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was published. When she was shopping it out, y'all check this out. She was so poor, she couldn't even afford a computer. She couldn't even afford the cost to photocopy a 90,000 word novel. So guess what she did, y'all? She manually typed out each version. It was rejected dozens of times, y'all, until finally a small London publisher gave it a second chance after the CEO's 8-year-old daughter fell in love with it. You don't know who's watching you. You don't know who's watching you. That is one of Air's tips. You never know who's watching you. You never know who's watching you. An 8-year-old child, come on, y'all. The second person is Stephen King. Who doesn't know who Stephen King is? Here's a little bit about Stephen King's story. King was broke and struggling when he was first trying to write. He lived in a trailer with his wife, also a writer, and they both worked multiple jobs to support their families while pursuing their craft. They were so poor that they had to borrow clothes for their first wedding and had gotten rid of their telephone because it was too expensive. King received so many rejection letters for his work that he developed a system of collecting them. He developed a system for collecting his rejections. Listen to this. In his book on writing, he recalls, by the time I was 14, the nail in my wall was no longer able to support the weight of the rejection slips impaled upon it. I replaced the nail with a spike and kept on writing, he says. He received 60 rejections before selling his first short story, The Glass Floor, for $35. Even now, his best-selling book, Carey, wasn't a hit at first. After dozens of rejections, he finally sold it for a meager advancement to Double Play Publishing, where the hardback sold 13,000 copies. Not great. Soon after that, Signet Books signed for the paperback rights for $400,000. And guess what, y'all? $200,000 of that went to King. Success achieved. You guys often hear me say that success only comes before work in the dictionary. If you want to succeed, including myself, we have to put the work in no matter how hard it is, y'all. Next on the scene, we bring in Jim Carey. Y'all know who Jim Carey is. Let's hear a little bit of his story. When Carey was 14 years old, his father lost his job and his family hit rough times. They moved into a Volkswagen van on a relative's lawn, and the young inspiring comedian who was so dedicated to his craft that he mailed his resume to the Carey Burnett show just a few years earlier. At age 10, took an 8-hour per day factory job after school to help ends meet. 10 years old. At age 15, Carey performed his comedy routine on stage for the first time. In a suit his mom made him, and totally bombed, but he was not undeterred. The next year, at 16, he quit school to focus on comedy full time. He moved to LA shortly after, where he would park on Mulholland Drive every night and visualize his success. One of these nights, he wrote himself a check for $10,000 for acting services rendered. No, $10 million. Sorry, $10 million. $10 million for acting service rendered. If that's not prophetic. What he dated for Thanksgiving 1995. Just before that date, he hit his payday with Dumb and Dumber. He put that deteriorated check, which he kept in his wallet the whole time, in his father's casket. Y'all, how about that? You talking about a vision board. Number 4. This is the most, everybody should know who he is. If not by now, you're going to know who he is today. Tyler Perry. Yes, Tyler Perry. Perry had a rough childhood. He was physically and sexually abused growing up, got kicked out of high school, and tried to commit suicide not once, but twice. Once a preteen, and again at age 22. At 23, he moved to Atlanta and took up odd jobs as he started working on his career. In 1992, he wrote, produced, and started his first theater production, I Know I've Been Changed, somewhat informed by his difficult upbringing. Perry put all his savings into a show, and it failed miserably. The run lasted just 1 week, and only 30 people came to watch. He kept up this production, working more odd jobs, and often slept in his car. 6 years later, Perry finally broke through, went on his 7th run. 7 is the number of completion. Yes! The show became a success. He's since gone on to have an extremely successful career as a director, writer, and actor. In fact, Perry was named Forbes' highest paid man in entertainment in 2011. Isn't that wonderful? Number 5, Sarah Jessica Parker. Listen at this. Parker was born in a poor coal mining town in rural Ohio, the youngest of 4 children. Her parents divorced when she was 2, and her mother remarried shortly thereafter and had an additional 4 children. Parker's stepfather was a truck driver, was often out of work, so the future starlet took up singing and dancing at a very young age to help supplement her mom's teaching income and to feed their 10-person family. Despite hard times and occasionally being on welfare, Parker's mom continued to encourage her children's interest in arts. Y'all, keep promoting y'all kids. Keep encouraging your kids no matter what, okay? Okay. The family moved to Cincinnati, where Parker was enrolled in a ballet, music, and theater school on scholarships. When she was 11 years old, the family took a trip to New York City so Parker could audition for a Broadway play. The trip was a success. She and her brother were both cast, and the family relocated to New York City. Parker continued to work hard and land roles, eventually becoming the title character of TV drama Sex in the City. Y'all remember that show, Sex in the City? Good show, good show. Y'all, I hope this is encouraging y'all. I hope y'all are being empowered to never to give up. Please, 9 people to inspire you to never give up. The next person is, all of us love some chicken. We love some chicken. My favorite chicken. Look, if y'all love chicken, type the chicken emoji in the chat. We're going to bring Colonel Sanders to the scene. Colonel Sanders was fired from a variety of jobs throughout his career before he started cooking chicken in a roadside Shell service station in 1930. When he was 40 years old during the Great Depression, his gas station didn't actually have a restaurant, so he served dinners in his attached personal living quarters. Over the next 10 years, he perfected his secret recipe. Over the next 10 years, he perfected his secret recipe and pressure fryer cooker method for his famous fried chicken and moved into a bigger location. His chicken was even praised in the media by food critic Duncan Hines. Yes, Duncan Hines, y'all, the cake maker. However, as the interstate came through the Kentucky town where the Colonel's restaurant was located in the 1950s, it took away important road traffic, and the Colonel was forced to close his business and retire, essentially broke. Worried about how he was going to survive off his meager $105 monthly pension check, he set out to find restaurants who would franchise his recipe. He wanted a nickel for each piece of fried chicken. He drove around sleeping in his car and was rejected more than 1,000 times before finally finding his first partner. Y'all, that's Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders, KFC. What y'all know about that KFC? That crispy, dipped in that gravy. Oh, if you have not tried it, please do so. Next to the scene, we're going to bring up Shania Twain. Shania Twain. I love Shania Twain when I was growing up. Twain's career actually began more out of necessity than raw addition. My parents used to always say, when old need more kick in, you will do more. It says, her parents divorced when she was 2 and she rarely saw her father. Her mom and her stepfather, to whom she grew close, often couldn't make enough to get by. So Twain started singing in bars to make extra money when she was just 8 years old. 8, y'all, new beginnings. There's something about that power, number 8. She recalls her mother waking up at all hours to get up. She recalls her mother waking her up all hours to get up and perform. Sadly, when she was 21, her mother and stepfather were killed in a head-on accident with a logging truck on the highway. Twain put her career on hold to step in and take care of her 3 younger siblings who were all in their teens at the time. She sang in resorts and put off going after big-time stardom until her sister and brothers were old enough to care for themselves. Only once her youngest brother graduated from high school did she feel okay heading down to Nashville to pursue her career. Shania Twain, come on, y'all. Next, we're going to bring Emily Blunt to the scene. Emily Blunt was getting nominated for Golden Globes and landing leading roles on the stage and big screen. She could barely carry a conversation with her classmates. Between ages, even at 14, Emily had a major stutter. K. Moses. As she told W Magazine, I was a smart kid and I had a lot to say, but I just couldn't say it. It would just haunt me. I never thought I'd be able to sit and talk to someone like I'm talking right now. But all that changed when one of her junior high teachers encouraged her to try out for a school play. A totally unappealing feature given the fact that she had such a hard time communicating. But the teacher kept gently pressing and suggested that she try accents and character voices to help her get the words out, and it worked. By the end of her teens, Blunt had overcome her stutter and went on to achieve the successful career she has now. It sounds like to me that Emily Blunt is an overcomer. Emily Blunt is a overcomer. Last but not least, everyone knows this woman. She's been through a lot, and I'm telling you, look, if you want a role model, she's a good person that you should follow into. Look into her life and her journey. Number 9 is Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey! You get a car, you get a car, you get a car. You have a dream, you have a purpose, you have a vision. That's me. Oprah dealt with a lot throughout her public life. Criticism about her weight, racism, intrusive questions about her sexuality, just to name a few. But she never let it get in the way of her ambition and drive, y'all. When you look at her childhood, her personal triumphs are cast in an even more remarkable light. Growing up, Oprah was reportedly a victim of sexual abuse, and she was repeatedly molested by her uncle and a family friend. Later, she became pregnant and gave birth to a child at the age of 14, who passed away just 2 weeks later. But Oprah persevered, going on to finish. I like that. Persevered. But Oprah persevered. If you do not know what that word persevere means, look it up. Look it up. But Oprah persevered, going on to finish high school as an honor student, earning a full scholarship to college, and working her way up through the ranks of television from a local network anchor in Nashville to an international superstar, creator of OWN. Y'all, that's Oprah Winfrey, y'all. Look, 9 famous people who will inspire you to never give up. Listen to these stories. See if you can find yourself in any of these, because we all have trials to triumph. These are triumphant stories. Yes, times are hard. Yes, we are struggling, but guess what? We can make it. If you have a dream in your heart, a passion in your heart, stick to it. Because I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going, y'all. We're going to mark this day, because we're going to go back and we're going to watch these 9 famous people who inspire you to give up. So you guys, I said that there was a bonus. And guess what? Your bonus is me, Angela Smith, aka Angie in real life. I am your bonus person. I am your bonus famous person who will inspire you to never give up, to look forward. Keep going. Don't you ever stop. In 2019, February 15, 2019, I sat in front of this computer after losing my mom. The biggest thing that ever happened to me in my life. Being bullied as a teenager for my complexion. Talking real fast, not having the best things. Grew up in the hood, grew up in poverty. Yes, not knowing my biological father until I was 16 years old. Mom was on drugs. Dad was a drug dealer. Grandma was a pastor. Went through so many things. Many attempts to commit suicide. Not once, but twice. Yes, I was hospitalized for taking an overdose because I lost myself in someone else. So I'm sitting here today before you to inspire you, your hope dealer and your purpose pusher. Started having sex at an early age. Got involved in things that I shouldn't. Been shot at. In car accidents. So many things happened to me, but yet I still sit here to live to fight another day. So no matter what you go through and no matter how long it takes, persevere. Hold in there, hold fast to your promise, hold fast to your dreams, and keep going no matter what it looks like. Please, I beg you today to pick up yourself, brush yourself off, and move on. You can make it. You can make it. I promise you can make it. No matter what it looks like, you can make it. I am your bonus, Angie in real life. Hey, yes, Angie in real life. Your life coach, your minister, your beauty consultant. I'm here. You can make it. And don't ever, ever think that you don't have time. Because my husband always says, you have until God call you home. You have until God call you home. The last breath in your body, you have that. Yes, you have that to perfect which God has started into you. And guess what? He is a completionist. He completes whatever he starts. I promise you. If you stand firm and believe and keep moving, success only comes before work in a dictionary. That's it. You got to work in order to make it. And guess what? You know what I always say. What you make happen for others, gotta make happen for you. One plant of, one water. But it's the Almighty God that gives the increase. If you made it to the end of this video, put a red heart. Put a red heart to let me know that you made it to the end. I love you guys so, so, so much. And remember that one day to the Lord is 1,000 years. And guys, we are only in the second day. I love you guys. Don't forget, if you haven't already, to like, share, comment, super thanks, subscribe, and grab our channel membership if you haven't already. And y'all know what we do over here. What you make happen for others, gotta make happen for you. One plant of, one water. Bless the Almighty God that gives the increase, y'all. Don't give up. Keep living. And remember, in the meantime, between time, y'all know what to do. Live, baby, live. Never give up. See if you can find yourself in any one of these and keep pressing forward to the high mark in Christ Jesus. I love you guys. Until next video.
Here's what you gotta do. Hit the bus and start your comment.